The following video is a short presentation designed to show you a health department investigation that protects and prevents the spread of a serious contagious disease to you, the public. You'll see an example of a disease investigation response and teamwork by the El Paso County Department of Health and Environment. This video is a dramatization of an outbreak that could happen in our community at any time. You should expect your health department to be ready to handle situations like this one. We hope this video gives you a better idea of exactly what purpose the health department serves in protecting your health and your community's health.
Always working to protect you, your family, and your community. That's the El Paso County Department of Health and Environment.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Jones. I'm Dr. Roberts. What brings you here today?
Well, doctor, I've been kind of tired lately, kind of a stomach problem, but at work I've been feeling really feverish and kind of nauseous and been having a lot of stomach problems.
Dan and Gina Jones are generally healthy people, busy with 2 kids and full-time jobs, and they don't have time to be sick.
My wife has the same thing, too.
But they barely made it through the day, so they decide to see a doctor at this urgent care clinic, and it's a good thing they did.
Let's see what the blood work tells us. And Mrs. Jones, I'd like to test you as well. Mr. and Mrs. Jones, as it turns out, the stomach illness you have is hepatitis A.
What is that?
It's an infection of the liver caused by the hepatitis A virus, and it's usually spread by eating contaminated food, drinking contaminated water.
Well, what should we expect?
Dan and Gina will likely feel sick for a few days, but as long as they get some rest and liquids, they should recover. Now it's time for the doctor to contact the public health department, where employees will begin an investigation.
This is Dr. Roberts. I'm trying to find someone in the communicable disease department. Are you the right person?
Yes. How may I assist you today?
Sorry to bother you on a Saturday, but I've just had 2 patients test positive for hepatitis A. I know this is an important contagious disease and you'd want the information immediately.
Connie Brown is a public health employee working to prevent the spread of contagious diseases. She's the first responder to what could be a community outbreak.
Hi, is this Dan Jones?
She'll contact Dan and Gina to find out how they got infected and whether they spread it to others.
Tell me what you and your wife do for a living.
Well, I'm a restaurant chef, and Gina works in a daycare center. Both our kids are in grade school, but my wife says they've both been vaccinated for hepatitis A.
Good morning, Mrs. Whelan. My name is Lynette Reagan, and I'm with the El Paso County Health Department.
A public health nurse from the health department is called in to work with Gina's daycare center, a very risky environment for the spread of hepatitis A. The nurse checks Gina's work schedule during the time she was contagious and helps the staff review who's been sick, vaccination records, and center hygiene practices. The nurse will also educate daycare staff and families about Hep A and answer questions. Inside the El Paso County Health Department building, the immunization clinic prepares for a rush because the daycare center is just the beginning. Dan works as a chef at a popular restaurant in town.
Sausage or beef?
That means health department food safety inspectors head to the restaurant to investigate, inspect, and inform the employees.
Well, Jill, we're looking for 135 here, so your temperature on this is excellent.
And what about all the people who dined at the restaurant when Dan was contagious and preparing food? Now it's time to alert the public. The Health Department's Office of Communications takes charge by informing the local radio and TV stations along with the newspapers. This will let the public know who might be at risk, what the symptoms of Hep A are,
what do people need to know,
and what they need to do right now.
Well, anyone who ate at the restaurant between the 17th and the 21st needs to call the health department because they may need to get a hepatitis A shot.
Rosalie Williams is watching this broadcast closely. She's just started having the symptoms they're talking about, and she ate at the restaurant where Dan works during that risky time. She calls the number they're giving out.
I'm calling about the message I just saw on TV regarding hepatitis A, and I think that I may have been exposed to it.
And she's not alone. The phone calls start pouring into the health department, and public health employees are ready to answer questions. The latest information is also posted on the department's website.
We're going to go right in the second room right there.
And soon after Dan and Gina's diagnosis, residents are showing up for shots.
Who's first?
Not me.
Not you? Deep breath for me. And you're done.
Well, thank you very much. You guys do a great job. We appreciate it.
Meanwhile, staff members alert doctors and hospitals in El Paso County. Using the department's computerized health alert network system, they warn them about a potential spike in hepatitis A cases.
Have a good day.
As the clinic winds down for the day and more plans are made for tomorrow, Connie Brown breathes a sigh of relief. Only one other hepatitis A case, Rosalie, has been reported so far, but health department employees here remain on alert just in case. This is just one example of how ready the health department is to stop a potential outbreak. Ready to monitor mosquitoes and the West Nile virus threat. Ready to monitor diseases in all of El Paso County.
This is your green chili.
Ready to inspect restaurants to prevent foodborne illness. Ready to inspect swimming pools and spas to prevent the spread of disease. Mobilizing community partnerships to identify and solve health problems, hepatitis A. And ready to inform the public of disease threats. The list is long and the services essential. The El Paso County Department of Health and Environment, always working to protect you, your family, and your community.